Third, third important aspect with your rank, what I see is you said that the way of progression in the ranks. I see, moreover, it is not only about the experience, the wisdom, but most important trait I see is the strategy. That is which you cannot be taught, which you have to, imbibe it by yourself.
Yeah.
Can you put a highlight on this part?
Yeah, I remember a very funny incident. Maybe funny to me, but for people who are observing this, it might not be as funny. The fact is that I'm from the Armored Corps. Armored Corps is a tank regiment. And in the Indian Army, the tank regiment officers are known to have a lot of exposure because we work in all kinds of terrain. We are there in the jungles, we are there in the mountains, we are in the deserts, we are there in the plains, we are there in the riverine terrain. So the exposure to operations is very large. And right from the beginning, in a tank regiment, a youngster is always encouraged to speak in front of whatever seniority of officers is there in front of you. And in a tank regiment, because we are deployed mostly in Rajasthan, in Haryana, in Punjab, and in southern parts of J&K, and now, of course, in Leh and Ladakh, and the eastern sector also. But at that time, predominantly, we were in these sectors of Punjab, southern J&K, Rajasthan, and Haryana. And we used to train and exercise 7 to 8 months a year. And before an exercise, you used to have a lot of lectures that you gave to officers in English and to the men in Hindi. And then you had something called the sand models, where the entire terrain in which you're going to operate, a model was created, a simulated 3D model was created, and then you had your tanks and you had to plan your entire operation. So planning and strategy came to you right from the day you joined the army as an officer. So one such war game, I was sitting with my commanding officer. I was a very young officer, 3 years of service, and there was a general who was vociferous. He was articulate. He was smart. He was intelligent, but he had a little default in him. He was singularly defaulted in the way he thought he was more smarter than all the others. The general always had this attitude like, okay, you said this, but I have an alternate to this or this. So at that age, we used to keep thinking, yaar, ye kisi ki baat to he doesn't listen to anybody. He thinks that only he is right. So how are you supposed to speak? So youngsters used to never speak, knowing very well that if you open your mouth, he's going to admonish you. So he used to keep quiet. And he was not from the Armored Corps, he was from the mechanized infantry. And he was the GOC of the division. And my CO was again one of the very fine COs called General Sanjeev Langar. And later he raised up to both the Rajan Bakshi that I spoke about and Langar that I spoke about.